Hello, my wonderful sunshine people. I know, can you believe it? I'm on a roll. I'm going to stitch out the large pineapple. I wanted to do them all together the other night, just wasn't happening. So now I have to do the large one. I'm already hooped up. So I'm hooped up in my 7x12 magnetic hoop. These are the ones that I did already. I haven't even cut them all apart. Cupcakes, ladybugs. Here are my pineapples. And wasn't the pink one so cute? So these I'm just going to go over here and put them to the side. And we're going to go ahead and do the large one. The large one, where's my, oh, you know what? My spreadsheet's upstairs. Hang on a second. So with the large pineapple, with the background quilting, it's going to bump this to 6.5 by 8.5. This is wrong. I went ahead and just changed it. This should be 6.5 by 8.5. So that's going to bump you out of your 6-inch hoops. And so that's why I'm going into the 7x12. So let's go ahead and load everything up. Here is the fabric and the batting and everything that's kept for my large pineapple. You know what we're doing because you've already done 4. So let's come on over here. Let me get all my goodies. Here's my bench. That's what I sit on. Sit cross-legged. I kicked the dogs out. Patrick's home, so hopefully there'll be no barking dogs. And let's go home, or to our pocket. It's in my upper USB. The quilt design that I've chosen, or that was chosen for us, large pineapples swirls, and that's from Clear Blue Tiles. That's what CBT stands for. If you do not have Clear Blue Tiles, you should get it. The Essentials pack especially. And we are looking for 6x8 large pineapple. So here's 6x8. My mouse has been freaking out. It's like over here, and I don't know why it's doing that, but it's giving me the willies. Because like moving around and freaking out on me. Oh, okay. I'm going to choose my hoop size, and I know that was out of your view, but I touched this button right here. That is where you, that's where you can modify things in your settings, and I'm going to choose my 7x12. There we go. Everything else, your defaults are going to be in black. Make sure you're ending needle up. Make sure if you have this feature that you're doing embroidery foot down. And let's go ahead and add. Don't move that yet. You want to add your design. We're going to choose the large pineapple. Here's Hello Sunshine. Those are chenille blocks. And there's my big bad boy. I think we're doing, are we doing the 6x10? Now I'm not sure. Hang on a second. 6x10. It says 5x7. Let's load the 6x10 and see what it looks like. Oh, he's big. We don't want that. This is called dating. Oh, look at, I can check you out, and I can check you out, and I can check you out. Set. That goes, oh, we're serious now. So I'm going to do the 5x7, and now I'm going to hit set because I am going to stitch that one out. So you do want the 5x7. It is going to be centered. This, if we go to move things, they're all going to move separately. So touch embroidery, and from your layout screen, these will be combined. I'm going to go layout, move. Let's slide our hoop all the way on. When we slide it on and lower the lever, when we slide up the design, it won't go out of our embroidery field. If it's not on there, it'll go all the way up to the very top. So we want to go ahead and move this all the way up. Knock, knock. That's as far as you can go. We're going to say okay. And let's go ahead and touch layout. That shows you what's stitching out. We can go down here. We go forward and backward stitches. And it is going to do the placement line for our batting. I'm going to go ahead and hit start. Let me grab my pieces. And what I want is, or the pieces I want are, here's my batting. We're going to spray the wrong side, which is this side. You can tell because it's like nubbier. And we want our background piece that has shape flex on it. Whoa, what was that? Something happened. Okay, anytime something happens like that, first thing I'm going to do is check my thread, and to see if something got caught my thread path, I'm going to just go ahead and take this. Nope, that feels good. Don't know what happened. And then I'm going to check my bobbin. I'm going to hit my cut button. Just make sure that bobbin thread, I'm guessing my bobbin thread is stuck. Nah, looks good. Pulling fine. I don't know why. You know, we're in here. Let's go ahead and put a new bobbin in. That way I don't have to come back. So, got my handy dandy bobbin boat. If you don't have a bobbin boat, you need a bobbin boat. I love this because when I'm doing like a project, I can just put what I need in there. I have 2 ends. This one's not going anywhere. I'm going to cut that. You don't want 2 ends. Cut the one. Why that happened, I don't know, but I'm just going to put a new bobbin in here and be done with it. And that other one, you know me, I don't like to waste, but I'm just going to chuck it because I don't know what that did, but okay, this is just a basting stitch. So guess what? I'm not even going to go back stitches. I'm just going to hit start again after I thread. We need, believe it or not, you need an upper thread and a bobbin thread to make a stitch. But if something like that happens, you want to follow your thread path on the upper part and see if it got stuck somewhere, and then you check your bobbin thread. And look, I have a little pucker here. I'm not worried about that. That'll press out. Spray tent, where are you? Okay, here's my handy dandy, whoops, sorry. My handy dandy dime spray tent. This is where I spray. And I'm going to grab my batting and put that in here. Like I said, nubby side up. You don't have to get crazy with this spray. Ooh, that was a lot. And then I'm going to lay this down right inside that box. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and spray my background fabric. And I'm going to center it to this piece. And you really want like about 1 inch all the way around. It got wrinkled down here on the bottom from, I had it standing up, so it kind of pushed it down. But that's okay. I think we're good. And I have shape flex beyond that, so we're good. We are going to skip some steps. Next step. Next step is tack down for the batting, placement for the background, tack down for the background. We want this, and you want a color you can see. I'm doing pink on pink, so that's not really a great color to use. So I'm going to use something else because you can fussy cut. You're going to fussy cut to the tack down of your background. The tack down of your background. I was just thinking how I could, if I was musical, I could turn that into a rap song. I'm totally not musical. Okay, this is me just being silly. I'm amazed just when I can like rhyme, right? Okay, tack down of your background. I like to tickle my fabric, meaning I just kind of do this so that I don't get puckers. And then I'm going to tickle it this direction. There we go. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the quilting stitch. And I've already written down pink. So I think I decided. I just dropped it on the ground. Let me get it. All right, I'm going to put my pink back in. And look at your screen. Make sure that the next stitch out is going to be your quilting stitch. I'm in the mood to embroider. I think after this, I'm going to do one of my pumpkins and potions. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the prep for August and July and August mini quilts. That's what I say right now because I'm feeling highly motivated. But sometimes I lose that motivation. On my screen, I can see it's the quilting stitch. So make sure you're doing the quilting stitch. Every once in a while, I will forget to fast forward or rewind. And then I'll look at my screen and I'll be like, oops, that's not what I want to be doing. Swirls. This is a 24-minute stitch out. So you know what I'm going to do while it's doing this? I'm going to clean up my filming area because it's very messy. And I'm going to get ready to tape the prep video. You know, white would have looked really good too. I think white would have looked nice because there would have been a little more contrast. Maybe the green or the yellow. Maybe the green. Alrighty, you know what I'm going to use? So these were, I think these are so funny because they say cuticle, but Martelli gave me these. So Joe Allen, who is, I think she's one of their sales reps. I saw her at the Reno Quilt Show and she gave me these to use, and I'm going to give them a go because they look like awesome snips and they look pretty hefty too. So let's go ahead. We're going to put these over here to the side. If we love them, we're going to sell them. So next step is it wants to do placement line for the pineapples. It's going to be in yellow. So let's go ahead and put in our cornflower. Cornflower, which is one of our favorite yellows. Excuse me. I still have some lingering shortness of breath. I got COVID while I was in Korea. You know, I lived like a hermit for the past year. And then when I was running around in Korea, I was like running around, touching everything, talking to everybody. It's just bound to happen. Okay, I'm taking one layer, one of the yellow layers. You have 4 of them. The first one's going to be your base. Here it is. I gave it a little shot of spray in my spray tent. I'm going to lay it down. We're going to do the tack down, and then we're going to trim. You want to trim nice and close with this one. And I'm going to use my handy dandy Martellis. Oh my God, I've been just loving my Havels, but maybe I'm going to love these because anytime you can get a little more heft. Okay, these are things that at some point they wear out. Patrick he can sharpen them if they open 60 degrees or more. And so this is like okay, 45 degrees, like 90 degrees is going to be a corner. This is 90. This is 45, right? So from here to here. So 60 would be kind of like here to here. He's got to be able to lay him down on the sharpener. Here we go. And then while you're waiting, you can go ahead and you can trim your cuticles too. Which I don't do that because I think I'm like one of those people that I want to get really close. And then next thing you know, I'm hurting myself. Ooh, all right. I love them. I love them. I got to make an order and get some, right? They're not as, okay, what I love is they're super sharp and strong. I feel like there's more work involved using them as opposed to just the, you gotta, you know, it's like, okay, these are going to be the Hulk of snips. But you know, the Hulk is kind of like unpredictable and yes, I'm talking the Avengers. the superhero. He can be a little bit crazy. So I think these are a really good option though. I don't feel as nimble with these. But these are way stronger and can go through more than you'd be able to get through with just the regular snips. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and hit start. It is going to do the placement stitch for the stem. Color doesn't make a difference. At least I don't think it does. Okay, I don't have these in the store, but I'm going to get some. Not yet. Right. Let's make sure we're covering everything. It's directional fabric, so make sure you're not like askew, that you're like tilted one direction or the other. Make sure it's nice and like straight and perpendicular, like straight up and down. Here we go, and then we're going to trim this. This will get that satin stitch. What should we do next? Should we start the bicycles? So much to do, so little time. Patrick's leaving too, so he's not going to be in the store on Friday. And when I run the store by myself, I'm exhausted. I'm not running it by myself, but when Patrick's not there, because, you know, I can give him stuff to do. I'm going to go in with my snips and see. Okay, I'm a snip girl. I like these snips. I think what I'm going to love is if you're just one layer, I mean, I feel like these are so effortless. I feel like I have to work to control the other ones a little bit more. However, I'm going to be using those snips when I have multiple layers. That's what I'm going to try. Okay. So for me right now, I'm still a Havel Snippies girl, but I'm going to be using these for maybe if I have the fabric with the shape flex, because I think then I'm going to really, really, really love these. Okay, it wants to do the outside of the pineapple. You're going to do the decorative stitch. It's going to be 2 minutes of stitching. Just let it stitch. Then we're going to do the satin stitching and the decorative stitch on the stem. And then we're going to lay down our 3 layers. So get your 3 layers ready. I am going to keep cleaning my, my cut area so I can do that prep video. So I'm just going to let this stitch out. Just let it go. pineapple's done. It looks gorgeous. Okay, we're going to do the satin stitch on the top of the pineapple first. We're going to go with aloe. 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 Here we go. This is 10 minutes of stitching. 10 minutes of stitching, perfect amount of time to get something else done. Okay, let it go. Okay, I'm setting up to piece the back of my quilt because I'm like, you know what, I have time. While I am sewing, I'm going to piece. And I love piecing. You're going to see messy parts of my room. On my PQ 1500. Well, normally I have this table, that's the back of it, which is the same as this table. And this table sits behind that table. But I just took it and swung it out. So, I mean, that's one of the things I absolutely love about unique furniture is it's so configurable. So, actually, let me get over here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it around. Because you can. I can take the top off. Sometimes I'll take this top off and I'll use it over, I'll put it on, I'll pull my drawer up and then pull this out. You can take the top off and I can slide it under the back of my table too. So if you don't have enough room or maybe you move and you still want to keep these and you don't want it next to it, you can slide it under by removing the top, which I think is so clever. So I'm going to go ahead and get my my ironing mat and I'm going to bring over my iron so I can iron over here. Do you like this? I put some pants on. This was my dress that I wore to work the other day that has the high split and then my underbutt was showing, which is highly inappropriate at the store. So let me go ahead. I'm going to put this back over here and let me set up my ironing station. That way I can piece and I can iron at the same time. I need my clapper, my best press. These are the things I use to press. And then I'll show you how I'm all set up. It's so much better to have something else. I feel like working on 2 projects at a time. Otherwise, I get really bored watching an embroidery stitch out. Sometimes I love it, but sometimes, yeah, I get bored. There, you heard it. I admitted it. Okay, I think I'm ready. What else do I need? So I have my machine set up, and then over there, that's all I need. But I need a little bit of space. So, you know, my little trash bin. This was a present from Anna. I love it. My iron, my clapper, my best press, my wool mat. And I'm going to use all those extra pieces that were left over, and I'm going to piece the back of my quilt, because I do not like having leftovers. I don't know about you, but it would dry. I've been doing this for a long time where I've been using the leftover fabric to piece the backs of my quilts. And I just love it because I don't have a million extra pieces left over. It uses up almost everything, and there's always a little bit left over. Sometimes that is a blessing too, because I don't know if you've ever made a mistake and then you're like, oh my God, I think I have that in my stash, and you do, and it saves your life, or at least it saves your embroidery life. Okay, now it's doing that decorative stitch down the center of the satin stitch that you just did. I'm not even looking at the instructions because I think I know what I'm doing, right? Because we've done it 4 times with the mini pineapples, and this is the same thing. We're just doing it with the large pineapple. So let's do this and let's get one of the bicycles ready. We might as well, because I'm in the mood to piece the back. I'm in the mood to piece. If I can find my bicycle. Cute stitch, right? Oh, they're there. Looks like the bicycle, there's a bicycle left and a bicycle right, and it is 8 by 10, which means we're gonna have to go in the 9.5 by 14 inch hoop. Yeah, so let me get that hooped up. All right, grab your next 3 pieces. You're gonna want to put in the yellow. Make sure it covers everything, which it does. That looks good. Put in your corn flour. It's going to do the basting stitch all the way around, and then it's going to do the chenille tack down. Ooh, my corn flour is getting used up. Gonna need a new one. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna kind of hold it. Just make sure it doesn't get all puckery. Okay, don't do what I did. Remember when I stopped it and I started trimming because I thought it was done? So let's grab our, you know what I'm gonna grab? I'm gonna grab my Martelli cuticle snips. This is hefty because you know your other snips aren't gonna go through all these 3 layers that well, but I have a feeling these will. This would be, if you did not get a fabric kit, because we cut these in the store, it was a huge job. I would just get a fat quarter bundle of like anything of like something that's kind of bright and springy or summery or fruity, and just use that. You know, find something that's all coordinated and make this quilt, because this is a fun one. And I feel like this one is kind of back to basics. Now you need your chenille cutter and you need your chenille brush. Here's your chenille brush, just any brush that has a really kind of tough bristles. This is not like a toothbrush. You want it to have like robust, stiff bristles. And then here is my Old Fashioned chenille cutter, and this thing is fantastic too. I've been setting mine to large. There's the L for large right there, and that's been working perfectly. And you don't need to have those. You could just use a pair of scissors. I feel like the chenille brush, must have. The chenille cutter, you don't have to, but it's pretty nice. Once you use it, you're going to be like, oh, I really love it. I got to have that. And don't forget your seam ripper. I love this set. The seam ripper with tweezers. Sometimes when you're seam ripping, you just need to like yank a thread. And that's why these tweezers are so nice, especially since they're like connected. I think this is like Rip and Go or something, or Rip and Tear. We sell these on the website. They're made by Famori. Oh my goodness, we're done. Let's go ahead and pull this back. We are going to get rid of those basting stitches. You're going to trim all the way around. You want to go through all 3 layers. And it's nice to go through all 3 layers at once. And if you can get that basting stitch too, that's a bonus. So I just lean these in. Oh my God. No. The puppies are at the door. They want to come in. Okay, when you need snips with power, these are the way to go. These are pretty great right now. Okay, if mommy lets you in, are you going to behave? I just can't resist. You know, I like, when I hear my baby crying, meaning Momo or Pappy, I just need to go to them. Okay, I'm going to take this out and then we'll see if they can be behaved enough to come in. Oh, I'm not good. You know I'm a lefty, so sometimes depending on the scissors, I can't cut with my right hand. Oh my God, I'm getting like all those basting stitches out right now. This is like super close. I can see why these are for your cuticles. Okay, whatever basting stitches you aren't able to cut out, you are going to use the seam ripper, and you're going to get them with the seam ripper. And I say go through all 3 layers at once. If you feel like you want to just do 1 layer at a time, you can do that. But why? Maybe like that is your perfectionism. You're like, I've got to do 1 layer at a time. Okay. Just pick up the edge, and if you can pick it up, that means you got the basting stitch. If you can't, that means you have to go back and get it. Am I getting it? Am I picking it up? I think I'm good. All right, chenille brush time. Oh, wait, first we have to cut. You're cutting right down the centers. I'm on my large. I can see my blade right there. I'm just going to take this and just push it right down the center. You want to make sure you go through all 3 layers. 1, 2. Did I miss one? No, I got them all. 1. That's 1 and 2. Is there one more? 1, 2. Did I only? Oh my goodness, look at this. I only put down 2 pieces. Okay, we'll see what happens when you only put down 2 pieces. Hopefully it'll be just as fantastic, but there's no, well, I'm not putting this one down now. So we're just going to rough up our 2 pieces, and I think it's still going to be fantastic. Get the edges. Maybe it'll even be even better. Maybe you'll go, oh my God, 2's so much better than 3. I don't know about that, but I think it's still going to be great. So I wouldn't worry about it. Next time, count your pieces when you lay them down. This is what not to do. Don't put 2 down when it calls for 3. But if you do, this is how it'll come out. I like to go up and down. I like to go left to right. I like to go around the edges. I just do whatever I can to get every part of the pineapple. And then I like to grab these, and if they don't come away, I just use my chenille brush. Oh my goodness, it looks amazing. Even though we didn't have 3 layers, it still looks great. So don't worry about it. I don't know if it would look good with just 1 layer, but maybe it would look great with 1 layer too. And maybe I'll just trim these up, rough them up. Oh my goodness. You look amazing, pineapple. Even though you only have 2 layers. Do you love it? I love it. All right, we are done. That is large pineapple. And I'm going to get ready to start the bicycle. See you later.